Hi, Blair here with MXM. I've been spending a lot of time in the reopen feedback, well over 100,000 pieces of feedback, and we have this marvelous text analytics and AI that brings these topics to the surface and very, visualizes the topic, and then you can just drill in and it pops out into the subtopics, and you can chase that, and you can keep chasing it down to some real key elements. And so I've said this before, right? The pre-COVID, the biggest topics generally overall are things like equipment and staff, and then during the shutdown, the biggest topics that came to the surface were equipment and wipe, and then you break that down and it's equipment sanitized, members sanitized, things like that. Well, during the reopen, the biggest topic is love, and then you look at this and you say, okay, that wasn't even a big topic pre-COVID. It wasn't a big topic. So why is that a big topic right now? And this is where innovation happens. When you start to see members talk about love, or any customer talk about love, that's where you want to go look and say, what is it that they're loving? Because we just simply need to do more of what people love and less of what people hate. And when we innovate, and then love comes to the surface, we want to understand what are the innovations that people really love. So I made it a quest to dig in and really try to understand, what sort of needs, what sort of latent needs are being met. Because what we've seen between the shutdown and the reopen is like 3 to 4 years worth of innovation happening all at once. And then the member comes in and says, oh my God, this is like brand new, this is really cool. But it doesn't show up, for the past 6-7 years as a main topic, because our innovations are very incremental, right? And so incremental innovation is why net promoter scores go like this, staff friendliness scores go like this, ROI, or retention goes like this over time. Well, now it's sort of happened with it's sort of the Big Bang theory here on innovation, and there are 5 key areas. I'm going to cover those in these next 5 videos. And I'm going to start with the first one that kind of surprised me. And I would say that what members love is fresh air. And they talk about fresh air. And they talk about fresh air indoors. They use the term, how fresh the air is when I walked into the group fitness room, how fresh the air is and they certainly talk about it in terms of exercise outdoors. We'll get to that in the next one. But then you need to think about, okay, how do we make fresh air part of our story? How do we make fresh air part of our brand? How do we make people understand that the air inside of our clubs, maybe the air inside your club is fresher than the air outside your club? Maybe you could bring somebody in to test that. And maybe if it wasn't, you could say, what do I need to do to make that more fresh inside than it is outside? Fresh air, members are loving fresh air, and they're talking about fresh air, and we need to start thinking about this. And Rudy Fabiano recently did a video on fresh air inside clubs, and we need to get that video out there. But this should be part of your brand, and I'll start to go into the other 4 topics in the next one. Thank you.